On episode 5, History Unmasked, the Treaty of Versailles, Hitler's villain origin story is what we're getting into.
Or Versailles.
How you say it?
Versailles.
Versailles. All right.
Oh, that shit's silent at the end, I think.
You know, this bullshit.
All these extra letters and shit.
Then fucking, you said Versailles?
Yeah.
So VERSAILLESEYE, however. No, I'm saying how you should spell it. The fuck is this? Versailles. Versailles. Okay. Treaty of Versailles, Hitler's villain origin story. All right. 1919. Paris, Adrian, smells like victory and revenge. Okay. The war,
okay.
At this time, the war's done. 20 million people are dead.
Damn.
Empires are gone. The Allies are sitting around a big table in Versailles saying, let's make sure this never happens again. Because we won, right? Spoiler, it basically guarantees it will happen again. They did not really end the war, just kind of hit the pause button so the next generation could reload. I mean, fucking 20 million people are killed. We need to fill those spots. So let's hold off for a little bit. Let's reconvene later.
Wow.
Yes, the money in the mess. The Allies, they want Germany to pay, literally. They blame the Kaiser Empire for everything. They demand reparations, 33 billion to be exact. It's about 500 billion today. At this point, Germany's economy is already wrecked. Factories have been bombed. Their currency is basically fucking worth toilet paper. So if they print more money, inflation will explode. A loaf of bread goes from 1 mark to 1 billion. Kids play with stacks of cash like Legos. It's some fucking crazy time, dude. Money means nothing over there. Hitler returns home. Adolf returns home. He was gassed, broke, and homeless. He hears Germany sign the Treaty of Versailles, as you put it. He's humiliated. I mean, because he's such a fucking German nationalist, right? So
at this point, he's like still that little courier or some shit, right? So he's just coming home from his participation in the war.
Right.
God, he's not out dominating countries and shit. Okay.
Nope. He became a soldier, or not a soldier, but joined the military. He was this courier. He was out there on the front line, sacrificing his life for what he believes in. And then he feels like Germany signing the treaty it's humiliating to him.
Right.
Because he loves this country. He's a nationalist, and they fucking gave up. He starts attending these angry veteran meetings in Munich. I got that right? Munich, Germany.
Sure.
See, I know some shit, Adrian. You know, like the beer hall politics scene. This is where he, I guess, finds his superpower being a microphone and a mob of people. Say what you want about him. He was a charismatic motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually. He was a speaker. He can get people motivated. And if he had a mob of the right people around him, he knew what to say to get them fired up, right? He calls Versailles the greatest crime of the century. And the people around him, dude, they're starving. It's a perfect fucking storm for what he started. Like, you had a country that's in shambles, you know, where the kids are playing with money because it means nothing. Like, that's fucking wild.
Right.
Because there's one thing to have the money, but then imagine having all this money, but now the currency's changed. Like, it's worse shit.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's that fucking, that Drake line, I'm holding all the cards and now they're trying to play chess. Like, you can't bring the fucking cards to the chess table. So he feels like he was stabbed in the back because of this. And this economy collapse kind of creates a movement. So that's going on over there. Now, the House of Morgan, as we call it here, JP Morgan. Germany suffers, but the House of Morgan, they're busy, dude. JP Morgan Jr. becomes the main broker for the Allies, their loans, and all that post-war reconstruction. He helps float bonds to stabilize Europe, especially through the Dawes Plan and the Young Plan, 1924, 1929. Basically, Germany borrows money from American banks to pay Britain and France, who use it to pay America.
Damn.
So not only did they loan the money to to the Allies, now the Germans, they owe the Allies billions, right, after this war, supposedly, as what they fucking agreed to. Well, Germany borrows that money from the same motherfuckers to pay Britain and France so they can pay the loans back to America. Wow. Holy shit. Damn.
Hey.
Motherfucker. So, and everyone's acting like it's working, but it's really not. And that all stops in 1929. So Morgan's empire proves that you can profit off war. Now we know
Absolutely.
this, and the rebuilding right after. So that's the thing. He profited off the war day one, but also now off of the rebuilding.
Right.
Religion and redemption. Every nation frames the treaty in holy language. Britain thanks God for the victory. France calls it justice from heaven. And Germany calls it a crucifixion. Churches preach that Germany must repent. The pastors talk about sin and atonement. Meanwhile, the people want food, not forgiveness. Like we're starving. We don't give a fuck about this biblical shit right now. I can't fucking eat, motherfucker. You see these, like, this just repeats itself and repeats itself.
It does.
I mean, it's what's going on over in Gaza right now, right? Well, prayers, motherfucker. I need food, not prayers. Hitler sells his pitch. You don't need to repent. You need revenge. So he starts, this is where he gets on his fucking political train, dude. The birth of I'm going to fuck this up. Why more republic? Way more republic? You know what I'm talking about here? No, say it. Way more. Germany tries democracy. They call it the way more republic. Parliament votes, freedom of speech, the whole package. It's built on debt and humiliation, though. It's kind of like we got fucked. We lost. We got fucked. Now let's try this new shit. Every time the government prints money to pay the allies, people lose faith. Hyperinflation turns citizens into radicals. Communists are on one side, nationals are on the other, and Hitler's like, perfect, right? Wow. Perfect storm. Then the U.S. stock market crashes, unleashes hell. 1929. Even JP Morgan, his house of cards falls. These loans dry up. Germany collapses again. Unemployment's through the fucking roof. Desperation hits new levels, and Hitler's just he's on the mic saying, I told you so.
Right.
I told you this was bullshit. Told you it was fucking a fraud. Told you, motherfuckers. And they're like, yeah, no, you're fucking right, dude. Religion's still in the background, though, Adrian. Churches are somewat split. Some of them side with nationalism. Some of them warn against it. But most of them just mind their own business and stay quiet, trying to survive, because they need money too, right?
Right.
You know? It's the same pattern that we've seen over and over again since this era, right? Faith is used as a cover for power, not as just a check on it. But what did Versailles really do? They turned Germany into a debt slave. They turned Europe into a financial pyramid. And they turned Hitler pretty much into a messiah for anyone who's angry over there. I mean, it literally was the perfect storm. Right. It set up a global economy run by credit, not by gold. And it let JP Morgan style of banking kind of dictate who gets to stand back up and who gets to stay on their knees. Because they're the ones with the money.
Right.
So if they don't want Germany to fucking rise back up, they just don't lend them the money. Right. They really had all the control. They signed a peace treaty. So this is I guess a perfect launching pad for Hitler to, I guess, turn faith into fascism. Where he's at right now, well, I don't know where he's at right now, but at this point, Germany is all fucked. And he's been saying this to small mobs, right? Mm-hmm. And then when this crash happens, it's like he said, well, I fucking told y'all so. And I think that was the spark that kind of lit his fuse to what we're going to talk about next week, the rise of the beast.
Right.
How Hitler turned this faith into fascism. But it was just your environment shapes you, right?
Sure.
And your influences. And this motherfucker was failed art student. The thing, dude, if y'all motherfuckers would have just accepted him,
right?
Like, was his painting that fucking bad, dude? Right. Seriously? Just fucking bring him to the school. Come on. Right. But no. Instead, you fucking denied his entry. He got all upset. And then JP Morgan fucking playing Monopoly over here.
Right. Hitler broke out a different kind of brush.
He did, dude. He did. So next week, the bankers, the brown shirts, and the beast. How Hitler weaponized economics, mythology, and faith to take Germany back and literally set the world on fire. So by the 30s, the map is redrawn, money's broken, but the failed artist, he's about to turn revenge into religion. It's if you can take all of the racial, like, I don't know, you can't take anything out of it. But looking back, there's a lot of lessons in what this motherfucker did. Like, and the problem is when there's history like this, we're told the bad shit and then move on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to pay attention really to what he did, where it got to, dude, you've seen this cycle over and over again.
Absolutely.
In countries all around the world. And you can argue that there's some shit going on right now here that, let's just say there's some resemblance. You know, I mean, a lot of the stuff you see with ICE and some of these groups kind of resemble some Gestapo activity in some way, shape, or form. Not exactly, but I bet early on, it starts somewhere. You don't begin at the Holocaust.
Right.
You start somewhere, and that's where we're at right now. So there you have it, Adrian. That's history. Unmasked, episode 5, the Treaty of Versailles, and how that fucking fucked Hitler up 6 ways from Sunday. So anyway, you look speechless.
Well, I mean, you definitely are a product of your environment. And if you don't travel, you only know your environment. And if you only know your environment, you're only in tune with the people that has the loudest voice in your environment.
Sure.
In this particular case, so they're isolated by default.
Right.
They're not going anywhere. The war, the this, the that, they're hungry, they're poor. So they're not going anywhere, but they're angry.
Mm-hmm.
You can't displace the food because you can't displace the hunger because you don't have any food.
Right.
But you can always be angry.
Absolutely.
And he stirred that pot. So.
Yes, he did. So anyway, that is the episode. That is the show. I know we did not get into We Respond. We're going to do a double We Respond next week. Mm-hmm. So we were responding 2 times. So sorry, but we're at our schedule limit for the day.
They're kicking us out, Mike.
They're kicking us out, dude. But yeah, I mean, it is that whole. It was what we're talking about with American History X, right? Like, You're separated. This is all you know. I'm not excusing it, but it's like, in order to get better, we do have to kind of dissect these situations.
Sure.
When you ignore it, nothing gets better. When you get in, dissect it, and find out why the fuck it is what it is, you usually do 2 things. Ignoring it on both sides. Like, you either ignore it from the standpoint there's nothing we can do about it, or, I love this one, it's not happening. I'm sure you've heard that, right? Racism's not real. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, it's not real. Oh, okay. It seems pretty fucking real.
Yeah.
But unless you go down that deep dive and really figure out how we got to that end result, how the fuck can you prevent it?
Right.
And I think you're right. A lot of it, even with this situation, was the fact that he was separated, segregated, however you want to look at it. But the war was fought in Germany.
Right.
All this was in Germany. He never got out. This is what he saw around him 24/7, and the mobs and the people that he spoke to during this time, same thing. That's all they knew.
Right.
And you're going to fall one of 2 ways. You're going to fall on the side of Germany at that time, like, yeah, no, we should definitely wave the white flag and sign this treaty. Or the other side of the people, like, no, we should have never done that. That's fucked. Now it's fucking all of us. And that's where Hitler and at least his people fell.
Well, I think if Germany, they signed the peace treaty, but but they were the citizens were also fucking hungry, and poor, and desolate. So winning the war killed a bunch of people, but signing the treaty is killing people still.
Absolutely,
because we're fucking dying over here with nothing to eat. I'm watching my child die. Dude.
Right.
So now this dude come in here with this, this different direction, and it's like, this shit over here ain't working.
Correct.
So by default,
it's what we have. It's feast or famine, right?
Exactly.
Crazy. So, and all fucking, you can kind of blame the UK for a lot of it, but not that we're trying to place blame on anyone. But anyways, well, this is all for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly.
Fact check every fucking thing I just told you today. But it is entertaining. It is fun. It is educational as well.
It is amazing to understand. And I've been percolating on some stuff, dude. And it's just amazing, the stuff that it's not even cover up.
Yeah, it's so blatant.
It's just shit that just hasn't been told.
Right.
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 And it's just so much of it. You know, the victors can write the history books.
They do.
You know,
the anti-villains. They're just fucking villains. But anyway,